Hey Sagittarius, welcome to 3 Rabbit Tarot, and thank you so much for joining us for your weekly reading for the week of March 14th to the 21st. We're going to be pulling a bunch of cards here to get an idea of your general energy for this week, as well as any challenges that you'll be facing. And if you haven't checked out your monthly reading for the month of March, go ahead and check it out down below, because we're not going to be doing those every month, and that's going to paint a larger picture of this entire month for you. So Sagittarius, starting here with your general energy, we have the Love card with 2 wolves here, which is a pretty great way to start a reading. First time that this card has come up in this position too. Talking about choice and trust. So I think that this week in particular, maybe you're investing a little bit more into your relationships. Something that's been coming up in your readings for this month in particular, and then also your last weekly reading, was kind of like investing a little bit more into your relationship. I see a Sagittarius right now who's kind of branching out into different things, maybe doing things that are a little bit more creative than they're used to, but also at the same time, like really holding true to those people that they love and cherish. So I see a Sagittarius who's in a pretty firm position right now. So I see a Sagittarius who's in a really firm position right now, but we're going to go ahead and clarify this with a challenge card. And here in your area of a challenge, we have the Hermit card. And in this situation as a challenge card, this could be saying just don't become too introspective in this moment. Especially with the Love card here is showing up. It's like you have somebody in your life, or you have people in your life who love you a lot, and there can still be this tendency though to kind of like fold inward. And I kind of avoid that right now. And this is kind of reminding you, the Love card is coming up here as a general energy. The Hermit card as an area of a challenge. This is telling you maybe throw off that Hermit energy a little bit and focus a little bit more on the people that you love. But just try not to fold inward too much right now, Sagittarius. Here in your area of the recent past, we have the Strength card. So you're tapping into your strengths right now. And it could be that loved ones are kind of giving you a lot of strength right now. So if you're a Sagittarius who is entering into a new relationship, or just has a good relationship with somebody, I think that focusing more on that right now is going to be where you can foster the most amount of strength for yourself. Here in your area of the coming future, we have the Knight of Pentacles card. We're just telling you to maybe go slow with some new career ambition that you might have. If you're looking to change fields right now, it might be best just to focus a little bit more on your relationships, for instance. Don't focus too hard on rushing forward with some career. Kind of focus a little bit more on those relationships, because whatever career field that you end up getting into, for instance, you're going to have people there to support you. So if things don't pan out, then it's okay. You have this support network to fall back on. This is telling you to kind of take it easy a little bit. If you're, graduating, especially people might be graduating this semester, and if you're looking to branch out, break into a new career, just take it a little bit slow, and don't, sell yourself short as well. Here in your area of above, we have the Fool card, and in your area below, we have the Lovers card. So what more can you say? Here in your area of above, this is how you're presenting yourself to the world with the Fool card. You're just starting some kind of new journey here, but you're not going at it alone, especially with so many different love elements coming up here. You're starting this new journey with somebody who's really close to you. It could be a new love interest coming into your life within this last month, or it could be somebody that you've known for a long time, but there's somebody taking this new journey with you though. Here in your area of below, we have the Lovers card, and I don't think that this requires too much explanation, especially paired up with your general energy here. This is really just reaffirming that. It's just saying you should focus a lot on whatever this relationship is, because that's where you're getting a lot of strength, and then that strength is translating into this journey that you're going to be making. Here in your area of advice, we have the Hanged Man. So you're turning things over and getting a new perspective. And in your area of external factors, we have the Seven of Pentacles. But starting here, though, with your Hanged Man card in your area of advice, this is basically saying that you need to turn things over and get a new perspective. But what do you need to get a new perspective on? I think what you need to turn over right now, Sagittarius, is that energy of being the hermit, of turning inward, only focusing on yourself. I think that if you can break out of that and then kind of recognize this love around you a little bit more, that's going to be the thing that uplifts you the most. It could just be that I don't see any relationship issues here. I don't see anything catastrophic. There's a really stable situation here for a Sagittarius, and especially with this external factors with the Seven of Pentacles, this is you, but as an area of an external factor, this is somebody else as well who's contributing to growing this garden right now. So you have a really stable situation that's maybe might not be flourishing now, but it has the potential to flourish. So I don't see anything catastrophic on the horizon here for you, Sagittarius, but at the same time, this could just be a reminder, turn some things over a little bit more. If you have this place of stability, that's where you can start exploring different aspects of your life, or exploring like issues that you've had for a long time that you've never like fully, unpackaged, for instance. Here in your area of hopes and fears, we have the Queen of Wands card. And I think that you could just be worried about making that creative shift. I think that there's a Sagittarius here who's been focused too much on something that they weren't entirely passionate about, and they've been making a big change. And that's been the Sagittarius that I've been reading for the last few weeks now. There could just be some worry though that maybe you're just not up to task. For instance, if you're getting into, let's say you've been doing one field of study for a long time, or you've been at one workplace for a long time, and you're starting to get into something totally crazy, like painting, for instance, and you've never done that before. I think that you could just be a little concerned that maybe you're not going to be up to task. Maybe you won't create anything totally original. But I don't think that that really matters for you, Sagittarius. I don't think that you should be focused too much on originality right now. I think that you should be focused more on building the craft and making that hobby for yourself. You don't always have to be the best at everything, but I think Sagittariuses always try. Here in your area of an outcome, we have the High Priestess card, and this is really matching a lot of the color scheme and everything of the Hermit card here. I think that you're just, there's just a lot that you can't see right now, Sagittarius. I think that all of the signs right now are in this weird state where they feel as though they're making steps forward. They're making some kind of progress right now. There's a lot of signs who have been making tremendous progress this last week and these last months. But I think that you're still kind of concerned. You don't know where the future lies, and that's where all the signs are right now. So I wouldn't be too worried about that, Sagittarius. There's a very murky energy surrounding all the signs right now. Everybody's not quite certain where they're going. So with this High Priestess card, I wouldn't be too concerned about it. I wouldn't be concerned about the giant long-term things. I'd be focusing a little bit more right now, Sagittarius, on those things around you that you can change and that you can focus on. This love interest here, for instance, or building up these new hobbies for yourself and really growing this foundation for something beautiful. That's where you should be focusing the most amount of energy, rather than these long-term plans and ambitions, because those long-term plans and ambitions, they're going to manifest no matter what. Sagittarius, here at the end of the reading though, we're going to pull 3 cards for 3 yes, no, or maybe questions. So if you want to pause the video, we're going to pull 1, 2, and 3. So here with your first question, I have a yes. For your second question, I have a yes. And for your last question, I have a no. So Sagittarius, thank you so much for joining us at 3 Rabbit Tarot. If this reading resonated with you, also check out your sun, moon, and rising. And again, if you haven't checked out your monthly reading, you're going to want to check that out down below, because we're probably not going to do one for April. But thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next week.